now we're going to take out the center console here. This whole thing should come out. There's a screw like that, one on each side. Same thing right here, one on each side. And it should pop right out. I've already taken off the little chrome bezel here. It slips down in there, and I just went in the middle of each of these and like on the edges and pushed and pulled a little bit, and it popped right out. None of them broke, which is good. It's really pretty nasty under there. See all the crusty. But the reason I'm taking this out is because I need to clean it first of all, and second of all, these lights are burnt out, or I think there's just one light under there. We might be able to change that, and we're getting some weird error codes to do with this shifting here. And select your gear if you put it in low. And I'm thinking it might be a sensor down here. So I'm going to take this out and see. And then actually I think we also have to undo those two screws. So there's 2, 4, 6, I believe. And maybe one under here. If I can get it out, I'll have to check that. I think there is one underneath there. Anyways, these other ones right here, these smaller ones, they're to take out the inside of this, which we will be doing because that's disgusting. And the rest should just come right out. You probably have to put this in low, so I'm gonna put the parking brake on, put it in low once we're ready. Then it should just slide right out. I don't think there's anything connected up here. And then these little side covers just pop right off. Just like Velcroed. Sometimes the Velcro is hard to take off, but basically that's it. Let's get started. I got this out, and there's no screws under it, but it's disgusting. So it's a good thing I took it out. And it's just, you can see all the wires and shifter linkages in there. All right, so what we're gonna wanna do is pop these out. Comes right out. Geez, that is tiny. Is it like a 7mm? Maybe less, 5.5? I don't know, that's something tiny. We'll figure it out. We're gonna pop this out. The fuses are behind here. And I was having an issue with this falling out, and it's like some heavy duty Velcro, so I just hit it really hard, and now it won't come out. So, like, oh, there we go. It's that stuff that just really latches on there. But yeah, anyways, looks like these are a bunch of grounds. One might be corroded. Looks a little corroded. I think I might clean that one up. I've been trying to clean up all the grounds, like in the engine bay. I pretty much did that because of the weird transmission issues. And I'm not sure if they've helped or not, but I'm doing it just in case. So I think I'll clean those up as well because that one looks a little crusty. We'll do this on the other side. I'm just gonna scoot the seat all the way back. Just like that. Unscrew this. Pretty sure this panel pops out as well. Yeah, just like that. The same Velcro stuff. Big piece of foam in here. Interesting. Must be for silencing. This wire goes right in between it. That's funny. Okay, now let's get these screws undone. I was correct. It is a 7mm. So we're just gonna take those two out and figure out what size this one is down here. Probably going to have to scoot the seat back up. That looks like it might be a 10. And then those two Phillips. I jammed my hand in there with my 10mm ratcheting wrench and pulled this one out. Now I'm taking this one out. I loosened it with the wrench. There you go. Now to the other side. All right, those two were out. Now let's see if we can just lift it up. Yeah, I don't think those need to come out. I think that might just take the cup holder out. So, see how this comes out. All right, let's see if we can pull this out. We have to unplug these, the cigarette lighter and the traction control button from behind before we can pull it out. Those are two real easy plugs. Now this needs to come down. Oh shoot, I almost forgot. This has the cigarette lighter inside the console. That's still connected. I don't know how to take that out though. I guess instead of unplugging the single wires for traction control and the cigarette lighter, there's this whole block right here that I could have taken out, and it goes to everything else. So I'm going to do that, and then we can take it out. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Right now. It's very interesting. Here's the underneath the console. There's a module, looks like the airbag module. But this is weird. This is the parking brake cable. You can see it comes up into here, or it splits off into both, one for each side. That's normally where like a handbrake would be, but it's down here, so you can have a console. It's very interesting. I don't know why it runs from the corner through the center instead of just going down the side like in the trucks to the back. I don't know. It's weird. You can see right through all this. That's gross. That's just dust. I don't know how all these weird scrapes got everywhere. Like all the ones on the doors. It's like little rips everywhere. There's a big one on this one. It's weird. I mean, I guess if the seats were down and you had stuff in here, using it like a truck. I don't know. Got the light bulb out. It has a little blue rubber cover on it. That's cool. Huh. Weird. Sad thing is I don't have these size light bulbs. So I'm probably going to have to go buy one. And I have no idea if they keep them in stock. Interesting. It's $6 for two of these little tiny bulbs from Sylvania. Like at AutoZone or O'Reilly's. $6 without tax. That's ridiculous. It's tiny. I could get like 6 or 7 for the same price on Amazon, but I need them right now because I need this back together and I don't want to wait 2 days. Let's get a little close-up on all this nastiness. There's a few dead maggots right there. Some hair. There's like a pile of dirt right there. Let's suck it up with the vacuum. Some of this stuff, like all that, I'll have to get with the extension piece, and this I'll have to spray with some spray 9. Wipe it up. But yeah, so far so good. More cleaning to come. I won't show you that though, because that's boring. Well, I decided since I'm this far, I might as well take the seats out. The front seats, since I already did the back. It's a very interesting seat design, and I really like it. Basically, there's only 2 bolts in the back, and there's hooks on the chair that hook into here. That way, there's not bolts in the front. So, like with the electric one over here, I could disconnect the battery as long as it's all the way up, and I won't have to worry about the airbags. So, here's this giant plug. This seat isn't electric, but it has the heated seats and the airbag sensing system for the passenger, and then the airbag plug. And then you have to undo the seat belt that goes into the seat right there. But those are the 2 bolts for the back. They're Torx. Let me see what size it is. T50. It's a T50 Torx bit. Comes right out. You can see all the junk under here. The actual seat is the gross part, if you look. And this is the nice one that folds up like this, easier to take out. There's some sort of weird gummy worm, nasty. And the back's just loaded with junk. To clean all that up. Now, we can do this one. Just like that. Those are out. And the seat can move. Now we just have to unplug these connectors and we can take it out. So it's going to be a little tighter on that side, but that's okay. You can really see the difference here, and this connector is for the electric seat. See how big the gauge is on these 2 wires right here, the power wires. The rest are small data wires. This one, it's all just small data wires. I'm guessing oh yeah, it looks like 2 of those are also for the seatbelt alarms. I'm not sure if that one had it or not. I'll have to check, but the seat's unplugged. Now we can take it out. I almost forgot a step. You gotta lift this up and unscrew the seatbelt right there. Well, that was not fun. Since that seat doesn't fold flat like the other one, it was harder to get out because we have a steering wheel, and also the tracks were sticking out because I couldn't roll it back because it's electric and it's unplugged, but we got it out. This seat's pretty gross as well. Particles everywhere. It's also very greasy on the underside, which is good because then it means the track is still well greased. There's a little before. And then we'll come in for an after as soon as I'm done vacuuming. And we've got a before. How nasty, you know, it's not really nasty, it's more just dirty. And then after. So much better. Nice and clean. Here's a little after. I'm gonna go over both sides with the vacuum. One more pass before I put the chairs back in. I also need to clean off the actual chairs, but here's this. That's no longer nasty. Now I need to clean up the face of it. I think I'm gonna use some other chemical because that one looked like it might be tearing the color off, which is not good. So I'm gonna use some sort of basic like house cleaner, something like that. But yeah, looking way better. Got that all cleaned up. This one as well. And the sides of it, the rails, and just cleaned up anything that might be hard to get at in a car, like over here, you know, in these cracks, stuff like that. It's all cleaned up. Now I'm going to chuck it back in the car. Here's a look before I put it back in. Nice and clean. Actually, I'm gonna one more pass in the vacuum and then I'll chuck it in. And there we go. We officially know that there's nothing gross under any of the seats or under the console. So it smells pretty good right now. I have an air freshener in here. But I feel like if we put an ozone machine in here to take away all the smells and then put like a new car scent in here, it would be really good. Because sometimes when it's really hot, there's like some sort of stench comes out. It could have been from there. This car was smoked in its entire life, and that's kind of what the smell is. It's like a super faint cigarette smell. But it only comes out when it's really hot, and it hasn't in a while since I've had the air freshener in here, so we'll see. That might have been part of it because there is some nasty stuff on the bottom of the seat. I also found an old disposable cigarette underneath the carpet there, so that also could have been it. I don't know. We'll put everything back together and see how it smells. Here's this. I'm going to try to get this out so I can clean it, probably under the sink. And then I'm just gonna wipe all this down with some spray nine. It's just all crusty and gross. I took this out because it's broken, but I'm just gonna put it back in there until I can get another one or just leave it. It just falls out sometimes. This is all dirty. Try to clean that. But yeah, basically just gonna clean it and then we can put it back in the car. But before that goes in the car, I got the passenger seat in. I'm going to get the little bulb that goes right here for the shifter lights, because that kind of bugs me that they don't work. And I'm here, might as well do it. Removing this was by far the most annoying thing. There's these 4 screws, which is fine, took the top off. And then there was 2 down here, took the underneath the cup holders. And then the 2 in the sides, and the 2 for the cup holder there, or right there. And then it dropped, except this was still attached. Oh, and the cigarette lighter plug, as well as the wiring harness, was all attached to this. But that wasn't the annoying part. The annoying part was this. There are these weird hooks. They're made out of plastic right here, and they're really hard. And they were in here, and I could not get them out. I was prying on them for at least 5-10 minutes trying to get them undone, and they finally did, and they're just like super hard plastic. I don't know what the heck, but that's disgusting. I could dump all this out and then clean it, and I'm gonna clean everything else while I'm at it. Got this all washed out. I put it in the sink and soap and water and a washcloth, except I did not get this wet, so I was watching out for that. Did the same thing with the cup holders, letting them dry out now. And this that goes on the back of the cup holder and the cup holder housing. And right now I'm going to go to AutoZone and get those little baby bulbs. Then we can put everything back together. Okay, a little side note from the console. Got these little baby bulbs. It was like $6.50 for these 2 tiny things. Let's install one of them in there, and I won't forget the little blue cap. Okay, I got the little blue sleeve on the light. Now we gotta plug it in right here. Just like that. Guess that's in. And then I'll test it out. Yeah, I guess I gotta plug the battery in and then we'll test it out. Okay, let's see if it turns on. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. I wonder why it has a blue cover on it. Okay, let's see what it looks like without that. Yeah, that's why. Okay, I'll put it back together and then put the chair back in. I'm going to make life easier on myself by putting the console in first, then the chair. But I need to get the console put back together. Oh yeah, look at this thing. So much better. All nice and clean. I even armor-alled it. The cup holder's nice. Now, on the inside of this, so much better. Cup holders are clean as well. Very nice. Now let's put it in the car. I've got it just set in place right now to put screws in, and I almost forgot to put the cigarette lighter back in, so I've got to do that. Plug in the wiring harnesses. Oh, I need to clean this piece that goes in here, the pin holder. It's sitting on the workbench, but it's in and looks really nice. It's gonna look very good with the seat back in. There we go. All nice and clean. Let's put it in place. Which way does it go? This way, maybe? Ouch! Pinched my finger. Yeah, I think it goes in the other way. Got those little caps in, and now save the last part for you. Very nice. Look how shiny. Don't mind the fingerprints. Very nice. The seat is bolted in and plugged in. Dang, look how clean that is. That's nice, like a new car. And this one is also bolted in. Whoa. Now, where did that come from? That's really strange. Okay, anyways, I have to do the seatbelts. I almost forgot. And then we're good. It smells really good in here, I have to say. Cup holders. Very nice. I think next cleaning thing is the headliner. There's some just gross spots on it, but that can happen later. And the seat is in. All done with the console and the cleaning of underneath the seats. I would call it a success. It smells great in here. Looks great in here. Feels great in here. Doesn't feel gross anymore. And I'd call it a night.